Hello everyone and welcome to From the Heart Friday, session 162 with me, Jessica Brigden of Jess B, Creative Cardiology. Hello, happy Friday. I hope you've had a great week and are looking forward to the weekend as well. I have some fun crafty projects to share with you to get your weekend started. Today I will be sharing the recessed panel technique. So if you happen to follow my blog, last Thursday, my Creative Cardiology team and I, so there was 4 of us, shared projects featuring the Fitting Florets collection, and a couple of us shared our recessed panel cards. So you can kind of see the panel recessed here behind the main part where we stamped. Hi Lindy, hi Polly. Hello. So yes, I'm giving a sneak peek this time of one of the projects up front. This is the project I shared on my blog using the Fitting Florets collection. So I'm going to do a step-by-step showing you how easy it is to make this card. And then we're going to redo it and make a new version using the Fitting Florets collection, which is in the holiday mini catalog, the July to December. It's on pages 64 and 65 there. And amazingly, almost the entire collection here is 60% off. The dies are 60% off. The foil, the fancy foil designer paper, 60% off. The little gold trinkets, 60% off. And the ribbon that goes with it, 60% off. The only thing that is not marked down is the stamp set. But the amazing thing is you can actually get the entire Splendid Day collection, all 5 items that make up that suite. You can get them right now during this last chance sale for just $49. Whoa! All right, so I've included links to all of that, and I even have a fabulous tutorial with over 27 projects that I collaborated on using the Splendid Day. So be sure to check that out if you're one of my international viewers. I have also finally updated my tutorial store, so that link is in there as well. I have over 35 tutorial bundles, collections, classes, all of that. So whether you're in the US or you're international, those tutorials are available in my DPD cart site and for immediate download. Pretty cool. All right, I'm going to flip the camera here so we can get started because I know you want to see how to make these recessed panel cards. Okay. All right, hope you guys are staying warm. Weather is chilly here, but we really don't have any snow yet in New York, so it is what it is. All right, just a reminder here, my host code, since we are in a new month here for December, 4M9VCZ6F. And many thanks to those of you who did order yesterday at the start of the last chance sale, and also take advantage of the clearance update there as well. There are still a lot of amazing items on there to be had, so definitely check that out, and I'll send you free tutorials. That is one of the perks of ordering through me. And I also have an extra little incentive this month where I will send out a sampler of some designer series paper too. So thank you. All right, so for the first card here, for the original Fitting Florets recessed panel, all right, I'll just leave that right there for now. So I've got balmy blue, polished pink, basic white, my Fitting Florets, a sample of that designer paper, and I am going to have in my framed florets stamp set so that I can use the sentiments from there. And you'll also need your paper trimmer, okay? That's a really key element here in this card. So we are going to start out pretty simple here. This is just 5.5 by 8.5. We will fold it there at the 4 1/4. And I'm going to use this side. Somehow my paper got kind of dirty. I think I did take some things with me when I traveled last week. And so I'm like, well, we'll just hide that underneath. We'll hide that underneath our panel and nobody will know. So our next layer here is polished pink. This is 4 by 5 1/4. If you guys travel and you take your stamping items with you, let me know. I'm always, my husband and I have this running joke that as long as I take stamping supplies with us, he's okay with it now. As long as I take them with us, then we're guaranteed to have good weather. If I don't take anything with us, then we're guaranteed that it's going to rain, and I will have wished I took things with us. So it's kind of a joke. He's like, sure, go ahead and bring stuff. Don't bring too much. So I've gotten pretty good at kind of whittling it down to a tote. I use one of my 31 large utility totes, and that seems to work out pretty good. All right, so my handy little trick for this is I'm going to use a panel of the Designer Series paper. This is 3 3/4 inch square. All right, so it's 1/4 inch smaller than the width of my cardstock here. And then my basic white, this is also, hey Pam, how are you? I just talked to your mom a couple days ago. She called me. This is 3 3/4 by 5. And this is what we are going to cut so that we can then expose our panel that is recessed here below. So I'm actually going to go ahead and glue this down. Like I said, this is 3 3/4 inch square. And so you can tell where I cut this. It's kind of hidden behind the little flower there. But you need it to be big enough so that when you cut your basic white layer, that you that it covers everything. So I'm going to put this right smack in the middle. All right, and then I took one of the beautiful designs from one of the patterns of the Designer Series paper there, and I pre-fussy cut it. This is what I usually do. I went around all the little images and just kind of cut those out, the ones that couldn't be die cut, and then I fussy cut. I did go ahead and I pre-fussy cut it for me so that you didn't have to watch me fussy cut it, but this is what it started out as. So I'll just kind of leave this right here. Hi, Margaret. Oh, it is windy here in New York too, as well as in Illinois. All right, glad you're warm and cozy and hanging out in the craft room. All right, so what we're going to do, we are going to cut a chunk out of the center of our basic white panel. So I'm going to stick this here and turn it to an angle. Can you guys see that? All right, so like I said, this is 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to turn it and come down, oh, maybe an inch or so. And I'm going to cut it at an angle. So your paper is going to look a little funny here because you're cutting off an odd chunk. All right, so boom, there we have that. Okay, so that piece is actually, you can even take your dimensionals as we do this. All right, I had like 4 sheets of dimensionals here earlier. That's what happens. I like clean things up and then I can't find them. All right, I'm using my edge pieces. All right, so this is going to be the top. All right, the top piece that I just took a chunk out of. Okay, so and we'll kind of peel these off here. All right, so now you can see that when we pop this layer up and put it in position, okay, good. So you can't see the fact that that the floral doesn't go the whole way. Hey, Marianne, I think you'll like this technique. This is called the recessed panel. All right, so you can already see how we're starting to gain the effect. All right, so next thing we need to do is then come in here with our remaining, this is the bottom portion of the basic white, and we are going to, again, cut another chunk out of the middle at an angle. All right, so I want this one, I want to kind of make like a little sunburst technique, okay? So kind of a little sunburst. So I'm going to put a little wider, a little closer to the top there. Actually, I think I went a little closer. And then, yeah, so it will cut out this weird shape, kind of a sunburst there. But when I go to put this on, look at that. Perfect. All right, so that's why you want to cut your interior piece. It's easy just to work with a square and put this here, and that way that'll fit perfectly right over the top. So basically we took that sheet, that layer of basic white, and we chunked out the middle. Hey Lori, how are you? All right, good to have you on here. So before we put this on with our dimensionals, it's a good idea to do your stamping first. So I'm going to use my polished pink here for the sentiment. And we've got a lot of really nice ones here. What do I want to use? All right, let's go with for a special person. You're all special to me, so that could go perfectly for anything. All right, I'm going to put this one back in there. I didn't clean up after myself last time. I cleaned my stamp, I just didn't put it away. All right, so I'm going to stamp my sentiment down here towards the lower right corner. Very nice. All right, so it's easier to stamp before you pop this up than it is to try to get it even afterwards. All right, so it looks like I'm going to be concentrating on using some of the edge pieces from my leftover dimensionals, trying to be good and use up some of these before I open a whole new pack. Oh, look at that. I've already got a couple pieces trimmed out here. All right, so this is the Fitting Florets collection, and if you've already purchased it, then I'm sure you're loving it. It's really awesome. If not, then this designer series paper is only available through the rest of the month or while supplies last. So make sure you hop on that quick. You don't want to miss out on that really pretty paper here. And you can combine that with last chance items and the clearance updated items. There's a lot going on here for the month of December. Stampin' Up! Released like all their sales all at once. But that is good if you are doing some holiday shopping or need anything by a certain date. Then the cutoff for that is December 12th. But honestly, I think that's even cutting it a little bit too close. So if you need any giftable items, whether for someone else or yourself, definitely don't wait. Get those orders in the sooner the better. All right, and don't forget too, if you're interested, I also do gift certificates. So be sure to pass that along to the special people in your life so that they can get you get you the goodies that you want. Or give you a gift certificate and then you can get what you want. All right, so I'm going to put a couple dimensionals here on the back of this as well. Again, using up my edge pieces here. And then I'll show you a little ribbon technique, because we want to add, I think that petal or polished pink ribbon just adds a nice touch to that. All right, so I've got this dimensional is not cooperating. All right, so before I do that, let me put a little bit of adhesive right here in the middle of my flower, my bouquet. All right, so I'm going to take my polished pink ribbon and I'm just going to form a little V here. You can always trim that down later. There we go. All right, so we're going to make sure that's right side up and then put your V just so it's sticking out the top a little bit. And then you can arrange your little tails. All right, then this third dimensional, let's go right in the middle. Okay, peel those off. Come on here. I think this is an older pack of dimensionals. The little backings are not wanting to let go. All right, and then we'll go ahead and put our bouquet right here across the center. And look at that, you won't even know that we cut out the middle. So, so pretty there. You can angle your, flag the ends of your ribbon if you like. And then we'll let's add some jewels. All right, I'm gonna use a couple of these little gold swirls here. Unfortunately, the gold swirls from the Fitting Florets collection, these actually, so I don't mean to tease you, but these were so popular that they actually sold out within the first few weeks of the promotion. So unfortunately, these aren't available anymore, but I would also recommend the in color opal rounds. They look really nice with that, and also the iridescent pearls. All right, so there we have the very first card, our recessed panel technique card with the Fitting Florets collection. All right, so I will put a link to my blog post in the video description after this as well, because that has all of my cutting measurements and everything there too. So this was the original I posted, and then this is the one we made today. Oh, I'm glad you guys like these. Yes, I know. Technique cards don't have to be complicated. They can be pretty and look fancy, but I love it when you can make them in a short amount of time, where it doesn't have to be overly complicated. Hi, Gladys. Oh, hi, Aunt Kay. Hi, Marianne. Hello, everyone. Okay, so give me lots of hearts and thumbs up and likes if you if you enjoyed this, and don't forget to share as well. Share this with your other crafty friends and family, anybody you think would enjoy this video. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna do 2 of these cards. The second one is going to feature the Splendid Day collection. All right, so here is our Splendid Thoughts stamp set, and the dies here cut out all of the stamped images, plus some additional fun little plants and things like that. All right, so the stamp set, in this case, it's actually best to purchase the Splendid Thoughts items individually, a la carte, because I get the most savings that way. All right, because the dies here are 60% off. This gorgeous foil designer series paper is also 60% off, and I've got to show this to you because with this paper, and I realize it's kind of catching the light here, we've got copper foil and petal pink foil and silver foil and soft seafoam shimmer and some fresh freesia. So one side of each of the papers is an embossed textured foil, and then the back side of each is a coordinating print in that color. All right, so they're really, really pretty. And the one we are going to be using today, we're going to go nice and bright here with some Calypso Coral and Petal Pink. So a nice monochromatic look there. Hey, Joette. Hello, hello. All right, so we're going to follow the same layout as our first card. So the measurements are the same. Our card base is 5.5 by 8.5. So we'll go ahead and fold that at 4 1/4. All right, then our contrasting layer of Calypso Coral is 4 by 5 1/4. And we can go ahead and glue these down. All right, so I'm going to change things up just a little bit. So on this card, our Fitting Florets designer paper was the recessed panel. On this one, I think I am going to make our basic white, the recessed panel. Actually, do I want the basic white? No, that's not what I was gonna do. I'm gonna do this. Oh yeah, that's gonna be even cooler. Okay, so I'm using both sides. I have too many pieces cut. That's why I gave myself a lot of options here. When you're crafting, you always need a little backup just in case, right? All right, so this particular pattern with the foil embossed, and then the back side is where I got my color combination from here. So I want to use both sides of the designer series paper. So for our recessed panel, I'm going to use this fun leafy one. So again, this is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, just a square. Okay, and so we're going to, again, mount this, and I think your leaves can grow in any direction. Mount this right in the center again, so you've got about a 3/4 of an inch from the top and the bottom. And then instead of the basic white, this time I'm getting all creative on you guys. This time I'm going to use a second piece of the designer series paper, the Splendid Day here, and we're going to use this to create our top panels. All right, so again, bring in your paper trimmer, and you want to come down about 1 inch. All right, and then angle this a bit so your paper is not in there straight. This is one time where it's okay to be crooked. In fact, that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you're crooked. Ooh, I like that. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to open a new package of dimensionals because cutting all of those edge pieces on a sheet that's not used up yet is kind of driving me nuts. So, brand new gorgeous pack of dimensionals. I love that. Okay, so this is the piece that we are doing, our top piece here. All right. And if you don't have fingernails, if your nails are short like mine are, just give it a little fingerprint there in the middle, and the edges will pop up for you. Okay, so line this up nice and even. Ooh, there you go. Oh, look at that. So pretty. Hi, Donna. All right, so we're going to have our middle section here. And again, I kind of like to start somewhat close to the point where I left off, because this is what it looks like. You're going to come from here and you're going to cut at an angle like a starburst down. All right, so put that one up here. And then, yeah, let's do this. All right, so this piece you're gonna toss, use for another project, whatever you want to do. All right, we're gonna save the bottom piece here. Put our dimensionals on it. So obviously, because this is a printed piece, I'm not going to stamp my sentiment on this. We'll do a separate little die cut piece. I'm gonna pull in my stitched rectangle dies for our sentiment piece. All right, I think I've got enough dimensionals. If you want, for good measure, boom, put another one in there. I always like to make sure I have enough adhesive so that my card holds together, because when you gift it to someone, you don't want it to fall apart, right? Cards are meant, especially when they're handmade, they're meant to be handled and looked at and touched and admired. So oh, that looks so cool, doesn't it? I love it. All right, so we need some accessories here, and considering the shape of the pattern on our recessed panel, I'm going to use the large leafy stamp here, and I'm actually going to stamp it. I already did one, but I'll show you what I did. We're going to ink this up with Calypso Coral and stamp it onto the petal pink. So go ahead and stamp that on there, and then we'll pull out our handy Splendid Day die cuts. And look at that, it fits perfectly over there. And then when you run it through your machine, voila, that's what you get. Now I decided the first time I did it, I actually did Calypso Coral on white. And I thought that was a little, I don't know. You guys can let me know. I thought it was a little too stark, and that's why I went to the petal pink. But now I'm feeling like that's kind of blending in a little bit. So you guys take a vote. Tell me if I should use the white or the pink. Which one do you like better? Do you like the white or the pink? And then in the meantime, I'm going to take another of the dies here. I'm going to take this fun little one and just die cut that from some Calypso Coral, and that will give us this fun image. All right, so that's going to layer on there with those. Okay, so Gladys voting for white, so we've got one vote for the stamped image on white. All right, so that's how this would look, white, and then we'll have our Calypso Coral piece. Or if you prefer pink, all right, so vote for either the white or the pink. And we'll have our Calypso Coral. And then I'm going to bring in these fun Splendid Day open leaf trinkets. They're so pretty. Look at that. Actually, I need to, I have a friend and team member, Cam, who makes earrings. And I think when these originally came out, I kind of joked with her that she needed to make me a set of earrings. And I need to remind her of that again, because wouldn't these be the perfect little dangly earrings? Double use. So crafting, card making, and jewelry all in one. Perfect. All right, so yeah, so these are the open leaf trinkets. And again, these items are all 60% off. So you can get a whole package. There are 20 of the open leaf trinkets, and they're just $3.20. Can't beat that, that's for sure. Okay, so I'll put my earring pieces away. I just need one here. And let's see in the comments. So we've got, all right, so far, wow, it's unanimous. So Gladys voted for white, Joette, Donna, Polly. Okay, so white it is. I will save this for another project. Actually, I think I'll save that for the project that I'll show you guys on Tuesday. I think I'm going to show you a couple more Splendid Day cards because I have so many ideas and they're so pretty. Okay, so we're going to do something like this. And then I have my sentiment labels. So I use the smallest of my stitched rectangles, and I'm impatient, so I always cut 2 pieces of basic white at a time. All right, you can kind of get away with that with the basic white because it's just a little bit thinner. And for this one, I'm going to use the Let's Celebrate sentiment. So I've got that ready, and I'll stamp that here with some Calypso Coral as well. All right, fun. Okay, so this one can get a couple of dimensionals, so that's all ready to go. Let's pop up our leaf here. And this one, I am going to bring in some of my minis and put these on the leaves. It is handy having multiple sizes of dimensionals for all of our different needs. Okay, so pop those up. I'm gonna put this on, I think I'm gonna put it right up here. Yeah, okay, I like that. Get that little dimensional off my finger. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring in the glue dots. All right, oh, I've got one jumping out already. So glue dot right there at the base of my leaf. And I'm going to kind of layer these over top. And then keep your glue dots out. We'll do one more here, right at the little loop of our gold trinkets. So pretty. All right, let's do this. We'll bring in our sentiment panel. Ooh, ooh, you know, I think I'm gonna put it right here. And then you're like, yeah, but that looks weird. I've got a plan. Okay, so we need a little bit of ribbon. And let's see, when it comes to petal pink, so we have the petal pink, kind of the suede ribbon. I think that's a little too heavy for this project, so I think I'm gonna skip that. Ooh, you know what will work? I'm looking for an open one. I have the crinkled seam binding ribbon. That's 1/4 of an inch. That should work out really well. I don't know if I have any of that open, so I guess we'll go ahead with it. And while I'm doing that, let me see here. Look at that. I have my Calypso Coral Stampin' Blend. So never fear, if you're looking for ribbon in a particular color and you don't have it, then that's where this white ribbon comes in really handy. So I'm going to give myself a length of that, and I'm going to take my blend. That's why I pulled in my little chipboard sheet underneath here. All right, so let's say about 8 inches there. Okay, so let me trim that off, and then look how easy that was. All right, let me pull in, excuse my arm here, my little bow maker. All right, so we'll just bring this around. All right, so you kind of, here you go. If you're not familiar with this, you loop it, and then you take the back piece over the front, down through the middle, up over the top, and then you tie a knot in those two pieces. All right, make sure you cut yourself enough ribbon that, yeah, 8 inches was about perfect for that. All right, so when you pull that off, you have the perfect little bow. So cute. All right, one more mini glue dot here. And we're gonna hide that right there at the loop and the corner of our piece. It pulls everything together here. And then we can trim off our ends. Look at that. Ooh, I am liking that. What do you guys think? Look at all that prettiness. Hi, Bonnie. Yes, definitely go back and watch replay. I will also be sharing this to my YouTube channel, so you can catch it there. Oh, I just think that's so pretty. All right, I think I might, sometimes less is more, and I feel like I maybe should just stop right there. I don't know. I also have the champagne rhinestone jewels from the annual catalog. They're called champagne, but they're basically petal pink. Those would look nice. Or the other thing that's on the clearance rack right now are these cute little bumblebees. So what do you guys think? Should I do a bumblebee, or should I add too many options? So should I go with the bumblebee, the rhinestones, or should I just leave it alone? What do you guys think? Should I leave it as is? Should I add a bumblebee? I think it looks cute right there. Or should I put on some champagne rhinestones, similar to what I did with the first card? All right, so Joette is voting for the champagne rhinestones, just nice and subtle and delicate. All right, anybody else want to chime in with a leave it alone, add a bumblebee, or add some rhinestones? Oh, Donna likes the bumblebee. Okay, Polly likes the rhinestones, so we have 2 votes for that. Is anybody going to vote for both? That's an option. Bonnie is also voting for the champagne rhinestones there. She agrees with Joette. Okay. All right, I'll let you guys one more second here, see if anybody else throws in another option. And then I will get ready here for my champagne rhinestones. All right, so I've got lots of little pieces. So what happens is when I do class prep workshop packets and things, I always cut like the exact number of rhinestones that everybody will need for their project. And of course I always cut a couple extra just to be safe. And then if I don't end up using them right away, I'll stick them back here in my back in the rhinestone packet there. All right, so let's see, let's add just a couple of these little rhinestones, just real subtle, pretty. We'll keep it classy because there's a lot of layering. If you like the collage effect, then this is really fun. But highly recommend both the Fitting Florets and the Splendid Day collection. But if you're looking for a good deal, Splendid Day is the way to go. You can get, like I mentioned, you can get the entire suite collection. That is everything here on page 65 of your mini catalog. You can get the stamp set, the dies, the little gold leaf trinkets. They're pairing this with a soft seafoam seam binding ribbon, and then the gorgeous specialty paper. This is a 12 by 12. You can get all of these items for just $49 while supplies last. They are on the last chance list. So I do have a quick link there in the video for you if you want to add all those Splendid Day items right to your shopping cart. But there we go. We have our recessed panel technique cards. Looks really cool. But as long as you have a paper trimmer and some cardstock designer series paper, then it's quick and easy. And again, I will link to my blog post where I have the measurements listed there as well. And I hope you've enjoyed these projects. If you do, don't forget to thumbs up, hearts, like, share. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you all so much. Have a fabulous weekend. Stay warm, stay cozy. Keep on stamping. And I will be seeing you on Tuesday. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.